Can you still see me or no?
No.
Okay, hold on.
But
So
it
let
does say Fara is recording. Okay.
yes, but I want to make sure you can see me. So let me do this and let me do that.
Okay.
Can you
All
see
right.
me? No, you're good. Can you see me?
Yes.
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 We're good, girl.
Okay. So will you send me the recording or will I have it?
So it'll actually save it to the little messenger thing on Skype, and then you'll just be able to like hold your mouse down on it and like save it to your device or save it to your computer or whatever. It'll stay in our Skype conversation for 30 days, I think. So you do want to save it to your Skype or to your computer or a device or something.
Okay.
Whenever you sign into your Skype from, you can save it to any device from there. So, okay.
Perfect. I'll figure it out.
You'll get it, girl. You'll get it.
I got other computer wizards that would help me.
Either way, I'm going to take notes. I always take notes during my readings as well. So I'm going to write everything down. I have this little desk thingy on my lap. You're going to see me going down there a bit just to write everything down for you. And when we're done, I will take pictures of my notes and I'll text those pictures to you too. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
I'll love to look back on those. Second thing is the ums. You're going to hear me say a lot. I call it my heavenly Tourette syndrome. I don't know why, but for some reason, when spirit takes my attention, it makes me say like an idiot. And then the last thing I will let you know is that the very first loved one to come through may or may not be that one that we really want to hear from today. I always say if it's not the first loved one to come through, don't stress, girl. Heaven knows what you need for healing. I've never done a reading where the ones we wanted to hear from didn't come through, but they may not always be the first, just depending on how heaven has plans for you. Any questions about me before I start? Cool. Let's start. We'll go from there. I actually want to talk about a young male.
Your voice is kind of going in and out.
Is it?
Oh, how do you do that? It's okay.
How's your Wi-Fi?
My Wi-Fi is pretty good.
Okay, cool. Just let me know if you can't hear me. Okay.
Okay.
But I want to talk about a young male. First, he is placing himself below you in my vision, so he does make me feel like a son for you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
He's going to be fun too, isn't he? Now he's telling me my passing was very sudden and unexpected. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I think he was a wild one.
Yes, he was.
What's wrong with that, girl? Like, I bet you he's got stories to tell in heaven. But he says my passing was sudden, and he says I was a bit wild in life. Wild in life, and you'll hear me pause when I'm writing. Okay.
Okay.
Now, he's telling me he was home just before his passing. So he was at a house just before this happened?
He was at his home.
Yeah, home just before I passed, but not your home, correct?
No. Yes.
I passed. He's grown. I'm grown, he says. Now, he does make me feel as though I'm woozy. So was he medicated and or intoxicated at the time of his passing? Because I feel like that's part of my passing.
Yes.
I was intoxicated, he's telling me. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And it's not his first rodeo.
No.
Oh my God, I love him. He's a smartass. So nothing's changed, Mom. Rodeo. He says, not my first rodeo. I do feel like he struggled with a bit of an addiction as well. So that's part of the wild life that he lived. He says, I had an addiction for some time. You understand that?
Yes.
For some time. But he functioned, he's telling me. So I do feel like he still worked and he did his, he says, I was still independent.
He was very.
It's tough, man. That's tough.
He was very, very successful, with everything he did.
Everything. Yeah, he says, I was independent. I don't feel like he leaned on you for everything, which, I mean, not that we don't help him some, but you know what I mean? He's saying, I was independent. He says, I worked hard in life.
Yes, he did.
Not married.
Not married.
Nor did he want to be at that point.
No.
Nothing wrong. I'm like, any wife? And he's like, oh no. I didn't want that at that time. Okay. No, but he is taking me to intoxication associated with his passing. So intoxication did help to bring this about, correct?
Yes.
Is this like an overdose passing? Because I feel like it's like an overdose.
It was an overdose.
Sometimes they'll show me they're intoxicated and something else happened, where they're driving or something, you know what I mean? But he showed me, no, I overdosed. And I feel like
Yeah.
I'm at home when this happened.
Yes, yes, he was at home.
Now he says I was alone in the moment.
I'm sorry, you're going off again.
He was alone in the moment.
Yeah.
He's telling me
Yes.
alone in the moment. And I'm seeing missed calls. So I feel like people were trying to get a hold of him as well. So had missed calls. Was there a male that was coming to his place to check on him as well?
Yes.
Because I
He
feel like, huh?
He did find, yes, his friend found him.
Yeah, I said, okay, then what happened? He says a male came to check on me. Like that's somebody he loves, correct?
Correct. That is my tornado siren at 10 o'clock.
Okay, is it like a real tornado or is it?
No, it's just a warning.
I'm like, bitch, hide. Okay.
It sounds like we're under attack when it comes. It's so close.
We don't have tornado warnings here in Arizona.
Oh, it's horrible. My windows are closed too.
Where are you at?
I live in St. Charles, Illinois. It's out of Chicago.
Oh, girl. Okay. I've never been, but okay. Yeah, he says a male came. Sorry, that's your son, right? Like totally.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock Tuesday.
Okay, but yeah, male came to check on me because I feel like yes, he says a male I love found me. I love found me. Now he says I was passed when I'm found, so I do feel like I'm already in heaven.
Yes.
Passed as I was found. Was he crushing pills?
Possibly, yes, possibly. I'm not sure.
Was this fentanyl that he
Yes.
got? Because I feel like I ended up with fentanyl, but I don't, and again, I don't, sometimes they want fentanyl because that's part of their drug of choice. I don't feel like your son wanted fentanyl. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like I thought it was something else.
He probably, yeah. I mean, he was sober for 4 years, clean and sober for 4 years. So this was something unexpected.
Yeah, and he's just showing me like I don't think fentanyl is something I was looking for. So I think that he had a different drug of choice before. And then like I feel like he was getting something that was like pill form is kind of how I feel, but it was fentanyl and not what I thought it was, so to speak. You know, so okay. Now he said you were told fairly quickly of my passing.
Yes.
Was told fairly quickly. Of my passing. Okay. And is there a sister for you?
Yes.
He's
Okay.
telling me you have a sister, and I don't know why he's bringing her up right now. I don't know if she was supporting you through this because he's still talking about his passing at this point. So,
I have 3 sisters.
well, is there a reason he's showing me one of them coming to help? Was one of them coming when they found out?
They all came to my
Yeah,
house.
he's showing me sisters coming, so I feel like I need to bring up the sisters. And so for me, like that's an important thing for him to say, Mom, I see your support system showed up, but he's showing me that you have sisters. He says you have sisters, and then because I'm still in the how I passed mode and how Mom found out mode. So he's bringing them up now. It tells me that they were there for you in this moment.
Immediately, yes.
And he says you have sisters, and he says I love them so much. And he says they came to be with you. One was delayed, he says, a little bit. So was one hung up a little bit?
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that. Just I feel like he got there right away, and he says one was delayed a little bit, but she came. Little bit. He talks a lot too.
Yes.
Okay. And then now he's telling me you were coming. So when you found out you were trying to go to him is what I'm seeing. Does that make sense?
You know what? I drove
But
past.
he's showing,
Mhm.
yeah, because he's showing me you going to his place or going by his place. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I didn't stop.
That's okay. He says, Mom did try to come. He says, he's showing me you try. I literally wrote, Mom did try to come near me.
I wish I would have stopped.
Nope, that's why we're bringing it up. Listen to me. It doesn't mean you love him any less that you didn't stop. It meant that you were hearing your son in that moment going, Mom, keep going. You don't want to see this. You don't want to be a part of this. Remember me for how I lived and do not stop and be a part of the turmoil right now. You already have enough on your shoulders, right? So, I mean, you would have been hearing your son. That's why, I mean, everything in you as a mom is putting you in that vehicle and going right there. And then everything in you is going, keep going.
I did, yeah. That was
That's
exactly what it was.
that's your son, and that's okay. My husband, when our best friend passed in a motorcycle accident, couldn't go in and kiss him goodbye in the hospital when they let us see his body. And you know what? It didn't mean my husband loved him any less. It just meant he didn't need to see him that way. And Kenny was swaying him, going, brother, don't go in there. Right. So you had that moment with your son. That's you already hearing your son. That's as subtle as it is. It's a thought. And it's an overwhelming thought because otherwise everything in you would have stopped the car that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like an hour later that.
Yeah, he says, Mom did try to come near me or to me. And he says, I knew you came, Mom. So this is him saying, I knew you came. But he's saying, I'm glad you didn't stop. Didn't stop. Okay. Now he does make me feel like you got an opportunity later to see him as well. So they did give you an opportunity later.
We
But
just
he's not seeing him. Were we not seeing him at all?
afterwards. No, I didn't. I mean, we did have a visitation for just an hour for immediate family.
Yeah, I just feel like we were not seeing him at all during the opportunity, like for this timing, and until later. Now he's telling me you dressed him cool. He says so. He was dressed for the visitation.
I put him in his favorite sweatshirt and jeans.
Like just cool shit.
Cool shit.
Yeah,
That would be him. Oh my gosh.
dress me in cool shit.
Cool shit. Yeah.
He says I loved it. Were we not putting a hat on him? Why did you tell me no hat?
We did not put a hat on him. I don't think. No, we did not put a hat on him. Oh god.
No hat, but he must have normally worn a hat a little bit
He
or
wore
something.
a hat.
Because
Yeah.
I'm just like, why? What does that matter? He's like, well, now listen, that's not a mistake. It's not a problem. He's just telling me it's a fact. I don't have a fucking hat on, right? So it's stuff that Sarah wouldn't know, right? No hat on me. He says, normally I wear a hat.
He wore a hat.
Yeah, I wore a hat. Okay. And he's showing me a brother. He has a brother in life?
Yes.
Have a brother in life. Boy, I feel like they're very different.
They're very different.
He's like, we are so different.
So different.
I feel like my brother's got his shit together.
Yep. Yeah. It's so different.
That's all right, right? He's pretty fucking happy that he didn't have his shit together. So there's that. You know what I mean? That's not a bad statement. He's like, my brother had his shit together and I didn't. Like, had his shit together. Okay. Together. Okay. Now he did rehab, he's telling me. So he did do rehab before, like full
Yes.
rehab, he says.
Full rehab.
Like all of it.
All of it.
Man, rare. A lot of them show me they leave, they do 30 days, they do something. Like he says, I did all of it. I went to the meetings, he says.
He went to meeting. Yep. Yes, he did.
Meetings. But he had stopped though, he's telling me. So did he stop almost a year before this or something? Like I actually nothing
He
wrong with
did.
it, right? For some time. God, I'm trying to keep up. Hopefully it's who you want to hear from because he's kind of got the floor right now.
Yes.
I did stop meetings about a year before, but I think he thought he was strong
Yes.
because
Yeah.
he should be helping others with addiction during this time too.
Yes, he did. He did. He helped quite a few people.
Wow, that takes strength, especially to be around other addicts and go, you know what, man, I got you, right? When you're an addict, you always want that. You just don't act on it, you know? So for him to place himself around to help others, it just speaks volumes for his strength. But he says, I did help other addicts. Um, know that when he gets to heaven, that's part of his job too. He's that voice in their ear, like, man, you don't want to use today. I did that. You know what I mean? And that's part of his blessing in this world, that he does have that life experience to help others. So just picture him still helping from the other
I do
side.
believe he does. Yes.
Yep. He says, I did help other addicts um, in my sober time. Okay. Um, okay. And then I got to, now he does make me feel like you did speak of cremation for him. So we did talk about cremation for him.
Yes.
He was cremated, correct?
Yes.
I know we did the visitation, but I'm seeing like out of the casket and then cremated.
Yes.
And then he's handing ashes to you. So you do have ashes, but he's splitting them. So we did split the ashes.
No.
My ashes. Why is he putting it in two?
I did spread his ashes. His brother was getting married in Ireland, so I did take some of his ashes to the Cliffs of Moher.
So you did split some of his ashes.
I guess I did. Yes.
Did you tell me no? He's like, yes.
Well, I wasn't, because there was a whole thing. Oh, and I've split it in a couple, like yes. Yeah, I guess I did. It's been more, yes. I did split his ashes. Just
I love you so much. So listen, I also provide arguments with your children in heaven if you'd like. Mom has my ashes. You did split them. You're like, no, they're all together. I'm like, bitch, no, they're not.
No, they're not. You're right. They are not together. He's not, no. But I have most of them.
You are not the first person to tell me no. And I just sit here smiling. I'm like, okay, she'll get it. Hold on.
I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, I love it. That's all right. I call it psychic amnesia, or somebody else called it that, and then I heard it, whatever. But it's like, we almost forget our own name when this is going on. Like,
Yeah.
Jack, I don't have anything in my brain right now. I love it. And then go, oh my gosh, he's right. And it's just validation of them. You know what I mean? Like, of him saying, Mom, I see what you did, right? But yeah, he split my ashes, and he says they're in a few spaces.
Yes.
In a few spaces. Did we actually spread them twice?
Yes.
Because he's shown, yeah, I love it. You spread, because I keep holding up the two damn fingers. So I'm like, what is that? And he's like,
you're right. It's been spread twice.
My ashes twice. He says, I've been there, Mom. I mean, that's just his way of like insisting, like, I love you, I'm with you, I see you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You. And how you honor me. Okay. Brother has a ring.
Yes.
And he says, talking about babies.
Yes.
Are they having babies?
They had a baby this year.
Because he's showing me having babies.
Yeah. Yep.
He says they wanted a boy.
Yes.
They wanted a boy. Were they thinking it was a girl?
I don't.
I feel like they got a boy, correct?
They got a boy.
He says they got a boy. Oh, yay.
They have a boy.
Got a boy. And he's talking about a middle name share.
Yes.
The baby shares a middle name with him, correct?
Yes.
Baby shares. But is it your son's first name and his middle name?
My son's middle name.
Okay. He says the baby shares a middle name with me. He says, I love that. Okay, why do I feel like my first name is shared also then?
No.
Is his first name shared in the family elsewhere?
No.
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
Name is shared also. He told me the baby shares the middle name, right? But then he's referencing his first name being shared also. Shared as well in the family. So I don't know if your son's first name was somebody else's name in the family before.
No.
Okay. I'm going to put it with a question mark because we can't place it. I don't want to leave it out because it's another one of those, like, I'm putting my feet down. So,
okay.
Okay. But he's telling me the baby's still young.
Yes, he is.
is still young. Why is he showing me he's mobile though? Is he a little mobile now? Is he trying to roll or something?
Yes, he's trying to scoot around.
Like, yeah, like I don't feel like he's not full on knee crawling, is because I feel like he's trying to be mobile.
He's trying.
Oh, he's little.
He's very little.
He doesn't crawl regular yet, he says.
No.
Regular yet. He says, I spend time with him. I mean, don't be surprised if that little boy tells you about your son when he starts getting verbal or something, or, you know, points him out in the picture or something along those lines, because your son knew him in heaven and got to hold him first, right? He says he doesn't crawl regular yet. He says, I spend time with him. Him. Now he's showing brother in a house. So brother has a house.
Yes. Yes.
Brother has a house. He says, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him. Is that a cat?
That's a cat.
I was, you know, we already had tornado sirens, so I didn't know if you had a crying baby that we needed to take care of. I'm like, okay, we've got tornadoes and babies that we need to take care of. Perfect. If it's the cat's probably talking with us to spirit. I love it. Okay. And then I got to try to figure out what he's giving me. Were you changing a wall at the house?
Yes.
He says, Mom changed. Why am I going that way? Is it that way?
I'm standing in front of where the wall used to be.
Mom changed a wall.
Yeah.
At the house. Yeah, we took it out completely, correct?
We completely took it out.
Took it out completely. That's new, he says.
Yes. I'm going to get rid of the cat.
Oh.
Go outside.
Cat's like, thanks, Mom.
That's all he wanted.
His friends are calling him for playtime. You got him all locked up.
Yeah, I did take down a wall.
Yeah, he says you took it out completely. He says, I love it. Okay, but why is he adding tile? Did you add new tile?
I did. I redid. Yes, I added tile and I expanded. I took down the wall and made my kitchen bigger.
But it's tile that we added.
It's
correct?
tile. Yes. Yes.
He says you added new tile. It's now, and you also changed the cabinets?
Yes, I did it. Yes.
Like, I don't feel like we just painted them.
No, we completely down to the 2x4s.
Yeah, he says you changed the cabinets. And I'm like, did you paint them? He says, no, you didn't just paint them. Like, you got new ones.
I did.
And did you add an island?
Yes.
It's bigger, he says.
It's bigger. Yes.
New ones. He says you added an island. He's chatty. An island. And why is he making it white? Did you add white countertop or something?
I have white cabinets.
Like, he says you added white. Shut up.
I added white. They were white cabinets, completely different.
Added white. He says it's beautiful.
Yes.
And this was after he passed, correct?
Yes. I just finished like in the spring, summer.
Shut up. He says this is after I passed. Okay, but I feel like we had an issue with redirecting the water.
Yes, because I changed the sink from one side to the kitchen to the other side.
Yeah, like we had to do all new pipes, correct?
All new pipes, everything, yes. Yep, yes.
All new pipes. Yeah, but they messed it up, he's telling me. Did they mess it up at first?
No.
Why is he making one bent up or something along those lines?
No, there's nothing that I can think of right now.
Okay, redirecting all new pipes. When you say no, I'm coming up from down. So did they have to get into the cement? The found
They had to do it all in the basement. So, I mean, it was all like,
that
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Because he's telling me coming up from the down area, like I feel like that was an issue. So he says they struggled. I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
Coming up with the water from down below. With water from down below. You'd probably have to go down there and see what they did. I don't know. Hey, at least they got it, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I love the new space. And were you adding a backsplash?
I added a backsplash.
Shut up.
A whole wall of backsplash. Yes.
Added a backsplash. And why is he tying in gray? Were you adding gray?
No. Some of my cabinets I did where my sink and my island is like I guess it's called evergreen fog. So it is green, but some people look at it as gray. So that could be.
Yeah, you tied in some grayish color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Grayish color. Your son's just trying to let you know he's around. He says you're staying in the home. Okay, is there two dads for him?
No.
He has just one dad?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're married to his biological father?
Oh, no, I'm not. I am divorced.
Okay.
I have a boyfriend, and I guess he was probably a better dad than his real dad ever could be. So
He's telling me there's two dads in my life. So I feel like you must have a new man in your life that was also a part of his life in life.
he
Does that
was.
make sense?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Because he's saying I have two dads. For me, there's a bonus dad for him.
There's a bonus dad.
Two dads. He's not going to call him dad. He's grown, whatever, right?
Right. Right.
In life. But I feel like that guy put up with some shit.
Yeah. Yes.
So I feel like he gets the title of bonus dad.
He does get yes.
He says he put up with some shit, Mom. I feel like your son makes me feel like he was trouble sometimes.
He was yes. He lived his life to
girl, like when he gets, like I always jokingly say that like heaven is like prison, when everybody gets to prison goes, hey, what are you in for? How'd you get here? Like when everybody gets to heaven, they're like, so how'd you get back? And then your son's gonna sit the fuck down and listen to how I got here story. But he's also got some pretty cool like life experience stories before that, graduation day. So, he didn't live a boring life. He wasn't gonna go to heaven boring either. Right. But yeah, he says I was trouble more than once.
More than once. More than twice. My life is boring without him.
No random phone calls from jail or from
No,
friends. Nobody's showing up. Love
I
it.
don't miss him, but I would love one right now.
We'd give anything for those calls. Yeah, my love to you, girl. Okay, and then I got to try to figure out what. Now, were you also changing a bathroom as well?
No.
When you say that, is there a reason he's changing the floor in the bathroom?
No, we've talked about it.
Okay, cool. Like,
okay, so his brother was telling me the other day that I should redo the bathroom.
yeah, he's changing the bathroom is what I'm seeing. Yes, if you just talked to his brother about that the other day, that would be why he's bringing it up, right?
Okay.
Changing the bathroom and the floor, he says. Like we would do the whole thing, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yes.
In the bed, but the brother's not going to do it. He says.
No.
I'm like, is your brother handy? He's like, he's not going to do
it. He's not doing
it. My brother won't do it. I don't feel like this kid was very handy either. Not that he couldn't do things, but I don't think that he was doing your bathroom. Won't do the remodel. Okay, but he says I didn't live there though. So he didn't live at this house? Stayed there before, he says.
He stayed there before, yes.
But I feel like even that was short term. Does that make sense? This is not where he grew up, correct?
No, he did not.
He says, and that's what I'm seeing. Like I stayed there. So he must have stayed there as an adult, so to
He
speak.
stayed there as an adult.
Yeah. He says, I didn't live in this house. I stayed there as an adult more than once, he says. More than once. But then he's making me feel like he didn't grow up there. Okay. Girl, I'm trying. I need a court reporter for him. Okay. Were you just seeing your grandson? He's telling me you just saw my nephew.
I did. I did on Saturday.
My nephew. He's not staying the night, he's telling me. So does he not stay the night yet?
I went to see him at their house. I did stay the night, but he has stayed here at night.
Why is he saying he's not staying the night then? Did we just talk about him not staying the night for something? Or like
My
no?
grandson? No, I mean, I went to their house and I stayed the night there.
Okay. He's not staying the night at mom's. Okay. And that may be why I'm saying he's not staying the night at mom's. Sorry. I just try not to stretch things. So I try to like understand what he meant the first time I spit it out, but he's saying he's not staying the night. And then when I start to think about it, so I guess maybe that's because you stayed the night there and he's not staying the night at mom's. Okay. Oh my gosh. How many cats do you have?
3.
I like it. I like that you have 3 cats and I don't. I'm a dog person, but you can have.
I'm a dog person, and my son is the one who got me to love cats.
Oh, and then they're around when he's coming through. I love that. That's so cool.
He loved cats. Tyler.
That's cool. Wait, was there another gray one before?
Before my 3?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
He says there was another gray cat before.
Well, I fostered cats. So
Another gray cat. And he's showing me an orange one too.
He had an orange cat.
He says there was another gray cat for mom. And then he says, yeah, he showed me I had an orange cat, but that one passed, correct?
I don't know what happened to him. I put him back in a foster home when he passed away. I already had 3, so.
Yeah, he says I had an orange cat as well. Well, I think that one was a handful too.
He had.
Did he have 2 of them actually?
He had 2.
Because he says I had 2 cats. Had 2 cats. One was darker in color, correct?
Yeah.
One was dark in color. But I feel like that had multiple colors on it.
Yes.
Multiple. One. Oh gosh, I can't even read my own handwriting, girl. Sorry. I'm like, what the heck did I write? Multiple colors. Were we giving one to a female?
No, after he passed away, I put him back in a foster home. So both of them, and they both were adopted together.
Yeah, I'm seeing going to a female.
It could be. It could be.
Both to a female. I'll write it down.
He had a cat that passed away several years ago. And that was his best friend. That was.
No, there's a light one too, correct?
Thomas was like white and gray.
He's showing me, yeah, like he's got like a bit of light on him. Like when you said that, like I'm seeing he had a bit of like more white than gray,
yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Light color cat, or white with gray. He says I have that cat. That cat. And he's also showing me a pretty good sized dog as well from before. So we had a larger sized dog.
No.
Is there a reason I'm seeing one that looks like a lab?
Well, I mean, okay, right now I had three little dogs. All right. So when he was a baby, I did have a lab, but he was like maybe a year old. Now that I think about it, I mean, it wasn't my
Did you
dog.
tell me no again?
Well, it was my ex-husband dog, so I didn't really.
Listen, that's his dog too, right? He says we had a larger dog way back in the day, and you're like, nope. And
I forgot about it.
tell her
Forgot
it's a
about it.
lab. Oh my God, you're
I,
so cute. I love
oh,
you so much.
yeah.
Listen, I love it so much because even you're not thinking of these things and he's reminding you. You know what I mean? Which
Right.
is so cool. I love it. Listen, I'm not offended. I love it so much. People like, you get nervous when people tell you no. I'm like, nope. Like I just keep rolling. Sometimes they're like, even the validations, like even if you hadn't placed that now, later on you would have been texting me going, holy shit, Farah, we had a lab when he was a baby, you know, and then those are extra kisses from heaven later. Like honestly, your son is just amazing. And he's bringing up things. Yeah, he says we had a larger dog back in the day. Hold on. That passed. Because he's showing me he has a damn lab in heaven. Doesn't matter if it was your ex-husband's dog. Guess what?
I wouldn't think he would even know about the little
The
dog.
dog is well, so when we get to heaven, we know every millisecond of our life from heaven's perspective. He knows the dog that he spent time with when he was a baby, you know, and that was in your family's life.
Yes.
I have a lab dog in heaven. Okay. Were we hanging a wind chime for him?
Yes,
He says, you hung a wind chime for me.
I did.
He says, I love it. I don't know why he keeps chiming it. It must go off a lot.
It does.
For me, because if you can't see my imaginary chimes, it chimes a lot. Okay, are there two actually?
Yes.
He's
There's
correcting me. He says there are two chimes.
there's two chimes.
And he says, I love them. He's shown me a gift. So the chime was a gift?
Yes.
Actually, they both were, correct?
Yes. They were both gifts.
I just said, did mom pick one? And he's like, no, the chimes were both gifts. So for me, that's him also acknowledging the people that gifted those. Does that make sense? So all of these little validations come with that. Like when he brings up your mom is changing the bathroom or talking about changing the bathroom, that validation is for his brother if his brother just said that. You know what I mean? Like all of these things are him including these people that he loves too. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. He says the chimes were both gifts. Okay. He's saying so many people loved you through this. I literally feel like everyone came together. Loved mom through this. Okay. Then I got to try to figure out what he's giving me. Is there a fishing hole that's near the house?
No,
Or like a little pond thing?
no, not near my house.
Okay, would this be where we grew up? Like I'm seeing a little pond. Okay.
Yeah.
In my vision, but I'm younger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So little, like, would he mess around in that pond area or something?
He loved to
Like,
fish.
he's taking me, yes. He's like, there's a fucking fishing hole near where I grew up, right? A little pond or fishing hole near where I grew up. Because he showed me him like spending time there.
Yes. It was right in
Good
our
memory. I loved to fish there, to fish and spend time there. Okay, why do I feel like he had a little girlfriend in that timing?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Because I feel like I brought a little girlfriend to my fishing hole.
Okay.
Shit mom doesn't want to know about later. Oh my God, I love him. He says I had a little girlfriend in that timing. Okay. Took her fishing. Okay, he's telling me brother didn't fish like me. Did brother not fish this like fishing the same?
No.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Just the fact that I wouldn't know about the brother. Does that make sense? I never want somebody to be like, "Oh my God, you should have fished with your brother." That doesn't matter,
No.
right? But he's just saying my brother didn't fish like me.
No.
Didn't fish like me. Um, he says neither did mom.
Nope.
Okay. Then I have to try to understand what I'm getting. Were you placing new stepping stones outside?
Mm, no, I don't. Not. Mm-mm.
I don't trust your first no anymore. So
No, I'm thinking the same thing. I don't remember stepping stones.
why is he telling me out back to the side?
Well, they're not okay. So they're not stepping stones. But for Mother's Day, one day he came home with a backpack of rocks, big rocks, and we made a path on the side of the house. So it's not a stepping stone.
Do you walk on the path?
I walk on the path.
Stepping stones, bitch. Stepping stones. I love you
Okay.
so much.
I'm thinking like I'm going to walk on the stepping stones. This was actually just a bunch of rocks that he put, and we made a path on both sides.
I love it so much, right? He's like,
that was one of my favorite gifts because he went all over the city trying to find the right stones and put them in his backpack. And he said it took him all day. And that was like one of the best Mother's Day presents I ever got.
And it's out back and to the side some, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. I love that he brought it up, and of course, so here's the thing. I'm seeing it in my head, right? Like a memory, basically, is how he shows it to me. So I'm remembering basically what he did. And he's placing stones in my vision that we walk on. That's why I'm calling them stepping stones. Okay.
Gotcha.
In your mind, they're not whatever you picture a stepping stone to be, but we walk on this. Like it's a path.
We
that
walk on the path that made
I
path.
love it. And so I'm calling them stepping stones, and you're like, no. And then I even say to you, look, bitch, I don't trust your first no. I love you. And then you're like, no, but no. And I'm like, okay. But then I'm like, dude, where the fuck is it? Because she's still telling me no. And he's like, tell her it's in the back to the side. Your son is amazing.
Back to the side.
So, because back in the day when I used to first do this and I was really discovering myself, when somebody told me no, it would put me in this place of like stress, like panic, like, I don't know, they're saying no, like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Confidence to say it again. Now I'm like, no, bitch, look, you have and I'm lovingly calling you bitch. You know that.
I
right?
understand. This is why I picked
so
you.
So here's the thing. I have to have confidence in your son because he's such a good connector that I'm willing to tell you you're wrong. And not once or twice, but I think 3 or 4 times at this point in this reading. And I love his confidence with me so much for that. It just speaks volumes for his strength and connecting, honestly, to put me in a place of like, nope, she'll catch up.
And your personality, he would have loved you. He would love you. And to me, I felt like you would connect with him the most because of the way he would love you.
He does. That's the thing.
I'm sorry.
Your son is still very present tense. And he's like, bitch, I can work with you. We can get my mom's heart to heal a little bit today. Right. So he makes me sassy with him, and he and I are both sitting here laughing, going, hold on, she'll fucking get it. Hold on. Yes, there was a lab, like, oh my God, I love him so much. Like, but yes, placing new stepping stones in the backyard to the side, in my vision. And if that's one of your favorite gifts from your son in life, how cool is it that he brought it up, right?
Yeah.
And it's still there, he says.
It is. Yes.
He says the path is still there. Oh, is still there in the back. Why is he adding a heart? Does one of the rocks look like a heart or something?
Back there, no, but I do have a rock that's a heart. I collect.
Okay, is he adding a heart rock in my vision? Yes, like there's a heart rock you have,
I do.
but that must be tied to him as well.
Yes, I collect. When I go like places, I find a rock and I bring it home. Does that make sense? And one of them I found was a heart rock. I found,
Yeah, adding a heart rock tied to me. So if you found that heart rock, it's because he made sure you did. If that makes sense, right? He says,
Mhm.
I made sure. But are we putting some of those inside?
Yes.
Like, I
The
don't feel
ones
like
I
those are
find, the
cat.
ones I find are inside.
Yeah, he says you put those ones inside,
Yes, I did.
not in cat. I love
Not on the
him.
bath. Not on the bath.
And I'm point. Oh my God, I love your cat. The cat's like, and cue me again.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what the heck? This is my time.
He wants his 15 minutes of fame. Or she, he, whatever. Um, you put those inside the house. And I keep pointing that way. Are the rocks that way to your left?
No. They're behind me. Well, they're behind me.
Okay. Are they behind you to the left?
Um,
No.
no,
That's okay.
me.
You know what? I'm totally fine with you actually getting a no right.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm
But
still
the
gonna
rocks are like the rocks in this yard are to the left.
to the left of you. Okay.
Yeah.
He's telling me the rocks are to the left of mom. So it's the outside ones that he's talking about then. Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
That's where the backyard is.
Yes.
Love out to mom's left. Outside. Okay. Were you baking a cake?
No.
Is there a reason he's showing you baking something in a pan?
No, I haven't really baked. I used to bake a lot, but I don't anymore, I guess.
What's wrong with your cat now?
Oh, they're fighting. They're just
Okay.
they're playing. I should say not fighting, playing.
Never mind the tornadoes that are coming. You've got
Yeah.
cat. Baking. Like, why am I baking something in like a baking dish? Like, it would look like a cake pan. So did you bake a casserole or something? No,
No.
mom, in my vision. Not at Brothers.
Um,
That's with baking.
I mean, they made dinner, so
But it wasn't baked. I
um,
just remember you baking something in a pan.
hmm,
In a
it
pan.
wouldn't have been here.
Okay. I'm going to put it with a question mark.
Okay.
If that's the first thing that we really come to that we don't know whatsoever, we're doing okay, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
Now, he says no tattoo for you. You spoke of a tattoo.
I have thought about, I mean, I do have them, but I was going to get one.
He says mom talked about it, but you didn't get one for him yet, correct?
No, but I plan on doing it.
He says mom talked about a tattoo, and he says no tattoo for you. So you don't have one yet, right?
Not for him.
Yeah, for you, right? No tattoo for me yet,
Yes.
he said.
Yes.
But I feel like we haven't really decided. So have you not decided on the specific design?
I have not decided.
Nothing.
I have an idea. I have ideas. Lots of ideas. I do have ideas.
But were you adding his words? Why is he telling me you were adding my words?
I've thought about that too.
Like his writing is what
Yes.
I'm saying.
I've thought about, yes.
He says, you considered my words. And I feel like my writing is shit. So,
It's shit.
oh my God, I love considered my handwriting. He's like, mom, my handwriting is shit. You don't want that on you. Like,
I,
oh my God. Hey, that's not a negative. It's just honest. He says, you don't want that. Okay, but were you gonna do your wrist?
I haven't decided yet.
He says you spoke of your wrist area.
I think it was, yes. Yes. That's where I would, yes. That's probably the place I would put it.
Your wrist. Okay. Then I got to try to figure out what he's giving me. Were you putting his ashes with another loved one's ashes?
Yes.
Because he says our ashes are together. Do you understand that?
Yes. They are. He does have, I did combine his ashes.
He says my ashes are combined. Yes, with another.
With his
That's
cat.
so cool. With his cat. I love it. My ashes are combined with a loved one's ashes. Like they're mixed, correct?
Yes.
That's so cool. Ashes. They are mixed. Okay, and what's the little urn also? Is there a small urn?
There is a very small urn that I have that I placed.
He says there is, I love that at first you told me they weren't even split. Shared mixed together, born in Ireland. Oh my God, girl, like I love you so much. There is a little urn also. But were we taking that one places?
Yes, I placed it. Hold on. I placed his urn.
Yeah, because he says you took my little urn to a different place.
I did.
Places. Like that was to travel with.
No, not to travel with.
Why is he taking it on a trip?
I didn't take it on a, I don't think, no, I did not take it on a trip.
Is it not in the house?
It's not in the house.
That he says you took it on a trip. It's not in the house.
Okay, I guess that would be a trip, but
You don't have it there, correct?
I don't have it there.
He says when you said I didn't take it places, he's like, it is not in the damn house, Farrah. She
It's
took
not
it
in the house. It's not in the house. I'm thinking when I went to like traveled overseas, but
in the house. He says like it stays in another place.
it does.
Why am I seeing outdoors too?
Because it's
Another
outdoors. Yes,
place.
it's outdoors.
It's yeah, he's showing me it's in an outdoor place. I'm seeing beautiful trees
Yes.
with beautiful trees. Why is there stone there too?
No, there's no stone.
Is there a reason I'm seeing a rock or a stone there?
No.
Not like a head.
Okay, wait a minute. It's underneath the cement slab. So I guess it is.
I'm like looking at rock or stone in my vision going, okay, now I love him. Where did you put it?
It's in the a bike trail.
Oh, that's cool. And it's under a cement slab.
Yes.
He's putting rock or stone there. Like, yeah, at the, I love it. Yes, like over the urn, right? Or whatever. Now he's talking about adding his name. Were they going to add his name on a plaque there or something?
There is a plaque. There is a plaque there.
A plaque in my, he's really good at giving these details. You have no idea like how he's getting these across to me. A plaque in my vision with his name, with my name. Does the path go two ways, that bike trail?
It
Or
goes separate ways.
like where that is, does it split there or something? Like, do you have an option of going more than one way there?
Close enough. Yes.
Like, is it near a place where it forks? Like, I feel like there's a fork.
Yes. It forks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Forks near that area.
Yes.
Near that. But were we adding a seat there?
Yes.
Like, is it a bench or something?
The bench.
Shut up. I'm so glad that you didn't tell me and you're letting him, you know what I mean?
I want to see if you know.
Right. I love you for that. No, I totally get it. Right? He says, like, but he's showing me there's like, you know, that's why I'm seeing a stone or something there, right? Where it is. And I feel like I can see beautiful trees. Then there's a fork, you know, near this area for the bike path. And then he's next to me, he says, you added a bench for me. And he says others helped as well. So did others contribute for that bench?
Yes.
I feel like that's a big deal to your heart and to his. Helped with the bench. He says, I love it so much. Why is he telling me I bit shit there? Did he wreck there?
Did he what?
Did he wreck there on the bike or something?
I don't know, but he loved to ride his bike on that trail.
I'm gonna put I bit shit on that trail once, and I'm just gonna
if he did, I didn't know about it.
Trail once. Maybe somebody that you share this with knows about it. You know what I mean? So,
right. Yes.
He's like, good times. Okay. You take the most perfect, you remember your son, and you multiply that perfection by infinity. He's amazing. He's perfect. He has no addiction struggles. He's not, like the last way that we saw him is a tough way to see them when they passed. And at least he looked cool though. He's like, but I was dressed cool, right? But he's healthy, he's vibrant, he's sexy, he's perfect. Just ask him. Okay. Were you actually just looking at fostering one more cat?
I stopped fostering after he passed away because it was just hard. And I've thought about re-entering it, but I'm not really sure because I have 3, and now to foster more cats would just be.
That he's saying you just spoke of possibly fostering another cat. And again, just his way of saying, I love you, I'm with you, I see you. It doesn't mean you have to. If you're in a place where your cats are maybe not welcoming to another cat, I get it. Even, I'm sure your heart would have loved to kept his cats, but at the same time, it's really hard to infiltrate 2 cats that are not within our 3 and then having turmoil, so they're better off finding a loving home, right? But yeah, he says possibly, you just spoke of possibly fostering another cat. I love that you do your part to help, girl. And then I got to try to figure out what he's giving me. Why is he knocking? Were you hearing knocking on the wall or something? Or like a knocking at the house? That's not a usual validation that I get, but he's knocking in my vision. So I don't know if we've been hearing something that's kind of a knocking noise and not realizing what it was.
I can't think of anything right now.
Noise in my vision. Because he's saying the knocking is me. So I feel like he's been knocking on or messing with something, like with a knocking noise, if that makes sense.
I have to pay attention.
Which tells me that he's mischievous.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, nothing's changed. So I would say that he might do, like when our buddy Kenny passed, we would hear his boot steps, and it was like, there's no wooden floors at my house, but it sounded like somebody walking on wooden, like Western floors almost, you know what I mean? It's like, what the heck, but it was Kenny's boots. So yeah, just know that he's limitless when it comes to signs though. So anytime your thoughts are taken to your son, it's really him saying, Mom, that's me. When you're seeing a bird or a butterfly or a coin or whatever it is, I try not to limit you guys just to one thing, but I don't know what the knocking thing is, but he says, I love you so much, Mom.
I love you too.
I do feel like he's pulling his energy back, girl, but hopefully that I know we feel it at the same time. It's my favorite thing that you guys can feel it at the same time as me, is because I want you to feel your son throughout this reading. Listen to me. He's no less with you when we hang up this phone than he has been in this hour, Mama. Always with you. I always just say you don't have a ferret in your pocket to tell you what he's saying every minute of the day. But ask my husband, I get annoying. So you don't necessarily want a ferret in your pocket all the time, but hopefully this is helpful for you. I'm going to stop the recording really quick. Let me see. Maybe. Yes.